Whispers of Woodward. Prologue. Deep in the heart of Woodward Forest, a place once dotted with cheerful summer camps, darkness now clings to every pine needle. In 1972, a fire ripped through Camp Woodward, reducing cabins to ash and claiming the lives of 5 teenagers who vanished without a trace. Since then, the forest has been whispered about in towns nearby, a place where lights flicker, voices echo, and shadows move against the wind. Chapter 1. Meet the 5. Tom was the natural leader of the group. Charismatic, skeptical, and always ready with a joke, he'd convinced his friends to spend a weekend at the abandoned camp as a thrill challenge. Angela, the tech enthusiast, brought 2 night vision cameras, a drone, and a pocket-sized recorder. "If there's anything," she said, "we'll catch it." Hank, the class clown, packed a bag of prank props, fake spiders, squeaky shoes, and a whoopee cushion. "Gonna keep the mood light," he grinned. Ben, quiet and observant, loved nature. He carried a compass and a small journal to document the trip. BECCA, the researcher, arrived with a thick folder of old newspaper clippings, town rumors, and a map of Woodward Forest. "Just in case," she whispered. They met at the edge of the forest at twilight. The sky bled orange and purple, and a chill crawled up their spines. Chapter 2. Arrival. The road to Woodward Camp was overgrown. Branches scraped the sides of their car like skeletal fingers. When they finally reached the clearing, the ruins stared back at them. Collapsed cabins, a rotted sign that read, "Woodward Forest Camp, welcome." Tom laughed. "Looks like nobody's home." Angela set up her cameras. Hank began placing his fake spiders on tree trunks. Ben documented the flora, while BECCA spread her clippings on a rusty picnic table. "Check this out," BECCA said, pointing to a yellowed article. '72. No bodies found. Police closed the case unsolved. Hank rolled his eyes. Great bedtime story. Chapter 3. First night. Night fell like a black curtain. They lit a campfire, its flames dancing shadows on their faces. Angela switched on the night vision camera, the red glow painting everything in an eerie hue. "Test, test," she whispered. The recorder hissed. Suddenly, a low moan drifted from the woods. Not wind, not animal. It sounded human. Hank's prank spider fell from a branch and landed on Ben's neck. He leapt up, heart racing. "Whoa, got you!" Hank chuckled, but his voice cracked. The moan came again, closer. The fire sputtered. Static crackled from Angela's camera. "Battery's low," Tom said, trying to keep things normal. "We'll charge tomorrow." But the forest didn't care about normal. Chapter 4. The Disappearance. At midnight, Tom stood to check the tents. He never returned. "Tom?" Angela called, voice echoing. No answer. BECCA's eyes widened. "Did he go inside one of the cabins?" Hank forced a joke. "Maybe he found a ghost girlfriend." Ben's journal fell open to a page he'd just written. Asterisk, feeling uneasy. Environment too quiet. They split up, a decision that would haunt them forever. Angela and Hank stayed by the fire. BECCA and Ben went to search the cabins. The darkness thickened. Whispering winds seemed to chant their names. BECCA stumbled upon an old metal door half buried in moss. She pulled it open. Inside, a narrow stair led down. "Ben, look," she whispered. Ben peered inside. A faint light pulsed from below. They descended. Chapter 5. Descent into Madness. The underground was a network of tunnels, remnants of an old bunker from World War II. Walls were covered in cryptic symbols, smeared with something dark, dried blood. Suddenly, the ground trembled. A guttural scream echoed. It wasn't Tom. Hank and Angela, still by the fire, felt the earth shake. The flames roared high, then died. "It's like the forest itself is alive," Angela said, voice trembling. Hank's prank props lay scattered, the fake spider now missing. Something real skittered across his foot. In the tunnels, BECCA and Ben found a chamber. In its center stood an altar, surrounded by 5 stone statues, faces blurred, eyes hollow. Lying at the base were 5 sets of bones, each with a modern ID tag. They froze. The tags read, Tom, Angela, Hank, Ben, BECCA. A cold hand brushed BECCA's shoulder. She turned. A figure stood, faceless, eyes black pits. It whispered, "Welcome home." Chapter 6. Climax. Hank, realizing the others were gone, ran. Angela tried to capture everything on camera, but the lens cracked, glass shattering like ice. In the chamber, Ben understood. The forest didn't just take lives, it duplicated them. The 5 statues were offerings. The forest needed new souls to replace the old. The faceless figure lunged. BECCA's scream merged with Hank's howl above ground. The earth split, swallowing the campfire, the tents, everything. Silence. Chapter 7. Epilogue. Dawn broke over Woodward Forest. Police found 5 empty tents, a broken camera with one frame frozen, a pale hand gripping Tom's shoulder. The forest remained, trees swaying in a wind that never blew. No one dared step foot there again. Yet some nights, locals swear they hear laughter, whispers, and the faint click of a camera